current digitizing trends, news articles, phones, video, and media retrieval. So we are going to look at digitizing trends, and essentially it relates to the fact that all these devices these days are using digital data. And by using digital data, these devices can talk to one another. So let's have a look into it. So data being digitized means that it can be read and communicated between all types of digital devices, which includes computers, tablets, phones, and televisions, among many other types of devices as well, through the use of specific software applications. The devices can talk to each other as they all are speaking the same digital language. Zeros and ones. Remember, that's what digital data is. Zeros and ones, which reflects a circuit being on and off. As the data is digital, we can make apps for these devices using programming code, which can add new functions to these devices, making them multi-purpose. And not just multi-purpose, but also allowing them to interact with one another. Now, another trend in digitizing data relates to convergence, where different technologies combine and are integrated with one another. And if you can think of it already what it is off the top of your head, your mobile phone is a perfect example of this. Convergence has occurred in many areas of the ICT industry, and as a result of the movement to digital data for a number of these mediums, such as related to radio and television broadcasts, okay, we can then watch them and listen to them on digital devices. And this also relates to the fact that video and audio files are digitized too, so we can send them between devices as well because they can be read on the hardware used to display them. So let's start looking into now, and we'll use the one that was outlined in our example from Paul of the phone first. So the phone is fantastic because it can not only now these days be used just for phone calls, but also to view emails, take photos, store images, and play music and video data, which I'm sure you're doing with your phone all day, playing games on it as well. Okay, the phone is a fantastic device. Okay, this is all achieved through the different software applications that are installed on your mobile phone. So that's the advantage we already mentioned there of these devices that enable digital data. We can write programs for them, and these programs give it new functionality, and that allows us to do different things with your phone. Okay, this results in mobile phone devices being an extremely useful tool for individuals working within the ICT industry and completing their day-to-day tasks. Now, in going a bit deeper into this, we've mentioned that we can do all these different types of things on our phone, and all these different things are done using media. So, what we also need to have working on our device is what's known as media retrieval management. And essentially, that relates to the ability of the devices to receive media such as text, images, audio, and video in a digitized format from other information systems. Okay, so it can take all the types of media and accept them on that system and understand, okay, the zeros and ones that come in, and then interpret them in the right way. So the devices then need to organize all the different media for its user, being able to store the media in a location on the device, so some sort of hard drive on the device, okay, or solid state drive on the device where it can be stored, but then display that media appropriately and correctly at the request of the user. Okay, so when I download a song, okay, from the iTunes store, when I want to play that song, it knows that it's got to play it through its speakers. Okay, it's not going to try to display the song on screen because I can't see a song, I need to hear it. So it's got to interpret the media in the right way. Okay, and that's what media retrieval is all about, being able to correctly store and then retrieve and present the actual media that I want to see. Moving on now to video, okay, and video is a great one because it's actually changed quite a lot over the most recent of years. But traditionally, it was transferred through magnetic tape on video cassettes. Okay, that's how I used to watch a video when I was a kid. I had my videotapes, I'd put in a VHS player, and I'd watch it, and it used what's known as sequential access. If I wanted to fast forward the beginning of the movie, I'd have to press fast forward, and it would go sequentially through the tape and make the tape go faster to get to the point I want. Okay, this isn't the way it's done anymore. Okay, video is now distributed through DVD and Blu-ray disc technology, okay, which have a higher storage capacity for displaying video data at higher resolutions. So not only we're not using tape anymore, we're using optical discs in many cases. Okay, they use direct access, which means I can skip between chapters and all that. But because their storage capacity is bigger, I have, for example, on Blu-rays, which is obviously the highest medium, the highest storage medium on optical disc, okay, about 100 gigabytes of storage capacity. Okay, and with that, I can fit in a lot of a lot of gigabytes for the resolution of my picture, allowing to display more pixels on my screen. Though these days as well, TVs are bigger, so we do need more pixels and higher resolutions to display the quality of video that I want to see. So that is one area we need to be clear of with video. But then see, there's been another change with video as well. Okay, and if you look at that picture right there on the right, you can probably see it there with that N, which represents Netflix, obviously. So Also going on with video is streaming services and on-demand services, which have become very popular. They allow for the transfer of video data over the internet. Okay, and so you're essentially downloading the video from a server, but it's playing while you're downloading it. Okay, and this means you can actually purchase movies through the internet and watch them immediately, or you purchase a subscription to a service such as Netflix, such as Stan or Disney Plus, and then you can select anything in their library. Okay, as the data is digital, it can be viewed on any devices, these streaming services specifically. Okay, so I can have Netflix on my computer, on my phone, and on my TV. Okay, and I just got to make sure that I've got the right subscription to view it on all of them. Great way that all the family can be watching Netflix at once. The other side to this too is there's no need for storage mediums specifically to distribute the individual video files, okay, because it is streamed from the internet. Just to clarify though, I said just to distribute. You still need storage mediums, such as your hard drive or solid state, on your actual device to actually store the data as it comes into the system, but not necessarily distribute it. So I pass the DVD to someone else so they have to watch it. That's not needed anymore. So that's slowly destroying the optical disc being the main distribution of video. Think to yourself, how do you watch movies these days? Okay, do you watch them on a disc or do you just watch them through a service? Okay, and with me, it's the latter. That's becoming more of the norm these days. The final thing we're going to look at is news articles. And here you can see an actual news article and how we read news articles these days. And it's on a mobile phone. Okay. And that's how it's changed. So essentially, traditionally printed on paper and distributed through magazines and newspapers. And I'd actually have to go out to a store, buy the magazine or newspaper, or sometimes they would deliver to your house if you did have a subscription to them. That would take time. And obviously, it takes time for a creator to make, print the material, get it collated into a magazine or newspaper, and then for it to be sent to a user. That all took time. But these days, it's all electronic through the internet. So news articles are now available through online platforms via the internet, which allows access to view the articles immediately. Okay, and this is because it's distributed through websites and apps. Okay, once a journalist writes an article, they can send it out straight away. Through technologies such as RSS and social media, new news articles can be sent directly to the individual's digital device, okay? And I get notified straight away of news articles that I want to follow, okay? Which is extremely beneficial and important for breaking news. Right now, we're currently going through a global epidemic. This is really going to date this video I'm creating right now. But yes, the coronavirus is major at the moment. So I am subscribed to a whole different number of newspapers and I'm getting news articles sent to me straight away, not just from actual old newspaper and magazines, but also in video format too from our actual telecommunication channels here in Australia. Because all that data is digital, okay, even the TV channels are digital, they can send me as well the video data for a news article, or I can also get traditional written ones sent to my phone as well. And the brilliance there is as well, the phone screen is obviously got a very high resolution and is capable of producing color with ease as well. Whereas in the past, to print color costs a lot of money. Okay, to a phone, it doesn't make a difference. We already own the phone. They've just got to make sure they put their colors into the article for us to see it correctly. So I hope this video's introduced you into essentially what the trends are these days in digitizing data. And look, you see it all the time. You know that your mobile phone's a fantastic tool that allows you to do a whole variety of things, to watch movies, read articles, and play games. Okay, essentially they have media management on them that allows us to look at all the different types of media, text, image, audio, animation, and video on our devices. And obviously the rise of streaming services, because digital data can be sent over the internet, allowing for on-demand services for music, for television. Okay, it allows us to get libraries accessible to our phones through the internet, which has just greatly increased the quality of life for all of us and our families. Okay, so I hope this has given you understand the power of the current digitizing trends at the moment.